Hey, you're going to hear us in a second. It's me and Gavin telling you about a recovery. I just want to note. Oh, this is editor Alex, by the way. Should I do some time travel noises? This is like a week and a half in the future. Um, I just want to note this is actually our episode 100, or the 100th time that you have downloaded a Botches Off Road podcast. Uh, yeah, we'll put it that way. Because, we got the trailer. We've got a bunch of unnumbered episodes. Stuff like the Drummond Island drama. All that bullshit. I didn't number that. I didn't want to get credit for it. I just wanted to get the information out there. I've kind of stopped doing that. We haven't done it in a while. So, this is the 100th time you have heard from us. I know. Let there be balloons popping or something in the background or fireworks. It's pretty amazing. I just want to thank you all for being on this journey with us, and glad y'all are listening because this is a hell of a lot of fun to make. We'll get to the episode. Welcome to Botches Off-Road Recovery. Join us as we tell you tow stories and
trail
whatever.
recoveries. Yeah.
It's
tow stories, trail recoveries, and pulling out helpless old ladies out of the ditch.
with help of a tow truck.
Yeah. So we're doing this impromptu because we were actually getting ready to record our hour. And we, on one of the White Cloud Facebook pages or whatever, we, earlier in the day, someone went into a ditch and needed some actual, real help, not just a tow strap. And me and Alex offered at the same time without asking each other. We offered both of our voluntary services.
Twice.
And they said, yeah. And they, we didn't do it we did it without asking each other. We just volunteered, both of us, to do it separately and didn't know it.
Yeah, I messaged the lady. He messaged the lady. It was a good time.
Yeah. So they ended up getting in contact with me later and saying, hey, we got a tow truck that's going to come out and do it. The issue is that she didn't have enough money to call for a tow truck, so this tow truck was going to do it free. Well, he never ended up showing up, and we started recording, what was that, 7? About when we got the message?
Yeah, I'd say
Something
about
like
7.
Yeah, about 7 o'clock. We just got done with our 30-minute wrap, and then I got the message from her daughter saying, hey, she's still out there. Is it possible for you guys to come take a look? I called the owner of the car and had it on speaker while we were in our video conference and got kind of the gist of it. And we're like, yeah, you know what? We'll come out. We'll at least take a look at it, see what we could do.
Except this is the gist we got. It's about a foot bank.
Yeah.
Against the tree.
It's only like a foot off the road. It's not a steep bank, and it's a tree. And I'm like, all right. It wasn't very descriptive. She had back issues, and obviously hitting that tree probably made them a lot worse, she said, because she had to climb out of the passenger side.
Yeah, she wasn't going out the driver's side.
No, that's for sure. So, yeah, we ended up fueling up at Westco and driving there, and we got there, and, we threw our side lights on, our ditch lights, and boom, sitting in the ditch. Man, that was a pretty deep ditch as ditches go, as far as that shit goes.
So, the embankment, I don't know what the degree angle was, but it was maybe the entire ditch might have been 2 foot off the road, but it was a 10 to 12 foot drop. It was deep.
And it went down into a swamp, and the only thing stopping her from sliding all the way down in the swamp was there was a big ass oak tree or something that she had slid into, and that's what stopped her car. So yes, she was only a foot and a half off the road, but that decline was a 70-degree decline or something like that.
Dude, it was.
And then she slid, her front end was, that had to have been a good, 8 foot off the side, off the road down.
Oh yeah.
And then her rear end, which was a little higher, was probably 6 foot. I'd say something like that. It was taller than Alex, because Alex went down there when he went to hook up stuff. And it was way taller than he was. So anyway, we're taking a look at it. We're planning. We're trying to figure out our game plan for how we want to try and do this. And she gives me a call. the owner, and she goes, "Hey, I finally got a call back from the tow truck," and in my mind, I'm like, of course you did. Every time me and Alex go and do a recovery out of the kindness of our hearts, and you know what? It's cool. It's free. We're banking on the good karma. But every time we get either right there or we're almost already out, they call us to tell us they figured it out, someone's on the way, and they cancel. So this is the first time we actually got there, and she was like, "Yep, there's already a tow truck coming." I said, "Well, we'll stay and we'll see if he wants any help." Typically tow truck companies don't usually ask for help, for whatever reason or another. We all know why that could be. And so anyway, we waited, and probably about 15 minutes later, we see some lights. We're like, "Hey, maybe that's him." No, that looks a little too small. Turns out it was a sheriff. He saw our hazard lights because we have all of our
Our
trail
strobes,
lights. Yeah, are put on strobe for hazard because he's in the rear of the area. I'm in the front. So the sheriff stopped and started talking to us. He goes, "Hey, I just saw the hazards. I want to make sure everything's okay." I explained to him the situation. We're trying to help. He goes, "Oh, yeah." He goes, "We did get a call about this earlier." And I said, "Yeah, you guys put the caution stuff on it." He's like, "Yep." And so we chit-chatted a little bit, talked about his truck, and he goes, "Okay, cool." And I said, "Is everything good? We're good here?" He goes, "Oh, yeah. Yeah, you're good." And then he's like, "I just wanted to make sure you guys were okay." He turned around and left. A couple minutes later, the tow truck showed up. It was a flatbed. He pulled up. We chatted with him for a little bit. We offered our help. He said, "You know what? Yeah, sure," which was surprising, honestly. And that was cool. So we got positioned. The tow truck backed up to the front of the car on the left side of the road, and I positioned myself originally on the passenger side of the tow truck. Alex took the rear behind the car. And
looking back, I was actually thinking we should have put Gavin back here. His truck, it's quite a bit heavier.
Yeah.
I'm glad we didn't because we needed the winch. And
yeah,
we'll get to that point in the story in a little bit. But there is an issue with your winch.
Yeah. So yeah, we got Alex over there, and we started pulling winch line, and the idea basically was to have the flatbed get the front end of the car, on the control arm or whatever, and Alex on the rear end of the control arm, and have them both winch it up the grade. And that was all fine and dandy, and it worked for a little bit until the weight of the car started pulling Alex's truck off the road. So
I mean, I wasn't going off the road. I turned my wheel and caught the shoulder, but
I mean, honestly, it was pretty possible that he could have got pulled into if he kept going, though. I mean, and that's not anything to do with Alex as much as it was that the whole road was ice.
Yeah.
So we kind of had a feeling anyway. So as I saw Alex's tire move a little bit, I got in the FJ, pulled behind his truck just to anchor it just in case. And then we kind of stopped and we chatted with the tow truck driver. We came up with another plan to anchor my truck to the wheel to help pull it out onto the road. And to keep tension while he repositioned the truck so it didn't fall back into the ditch. So we ended up trying to get my winch line out so that I could get onto the front end of the car. And my winch line was frozen around the outside of the what is that called?
Fairlead.
All that Fairlead. Yeah.
So
I don't have like one of those. Oh yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, for context, Gavin has a Yankum Fairlead that it doesn't have any metal in it, right? The Fairlead's there, but the actual hook is just basically the end of the line wrapped over itself.
Yeah.
Which is great. It's super safe if it breaks. There's no metal involved.
Right.
But now we have found a downside to doing it because if you've got it winched all the way in, it's going to freeze that way, and it's stuck.
Yeah, so we tried yanking and pulling that shit out, and we were trying to get this done in a hurry. So could we have freed it? Yes. Did we necessarily want to waste the time to try and get that all free? No. So we ditched the winch idea. I repositioned again. We hooked his tow strap up to my rear point on the back of the truck. And then, so I was perpendicular with the road.
Yep.
Alex was winching and keeping the tension on the back end too. The tow truck driver, which we won't name the company, just in case. I imagine, right, Alex? You're looking in the sky. I'm just maybe liability issues with having people help. I don't know.
Okay.
Better safe than sorry.
The tow truck's driver name was Shannon.
Yes.
The company started with an N. Yeah,
And
the
it's
name
not
start
Jerry's.
the name started with an N and ended with an N, and then towing.
Yes. And it wasn't Jerry's. So
Super cool guy, by the way. Shannon,
very cool.
Shannon pulls up. He's like, "I would love your help. Your rigs are fucking cool."
Yeah, dude, he goes, dude, fucking sick rigs. I'm like, sweet, dude. I know you're gonna be chill. So anyway, we all got positioned, we all got ready. Then pretty much at the same time, I drove to the other side of the road to help pull the car out. Shannon, the tow truck driver, he winched the car up after he had repositioned to get a better pull on it. And Alex kept tension in the back and kept watch to make sure nothing shitty was going on. And boom, just like that, we started pulling it, and we got pretty much the whole car pulled right up onto the road. We unhooked Alex unhooked his winch, I unhooked the strap, threw that in the seat, and Shannon pretty much did the rest. He repositioned a little bit, dropped the flatbed, got the car on there, and we were able to help that woman. So this was as far as recoveries that me and Alex have done together, this was the hardest one yet. And it would have been a lot harder if it was just me and him. I think we would have done it, but I think the weight issue and how far the car was down there definitely would have affected us a little. We would have had to get more technical with it, but because Shannon was there with his big ass tow truck, he took a huge load off of us, and I think it was a good recovery for us, dude. That was not a tiny recovery. That was not pulling a little car out of a ditch or out of a driveway. That was a deep ditch that required some thought, like some actual planning, which
Yeah.
that was definitely the most complicated recovery I have ever done. And I know Alex has a lot more experience, which is why I let him take the lead on it.
That was
where to put everything.
That was up there with one of the hardest ones I've done. I've done one really similar on a mountainside, which is way scarier because you fuck up once and your rig and the tow or the rig getting pulled out's going over. But effectively it was the same thing, just no snow and ice.
And less danger. The grip was the biggest thing. If we had clear roads and grip, we would have been a lot better off, I think.
We probably honestly could have done it with the two of us, one on the front, one on the back, pulled it sideways.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think the biggest thing with that was just it with just him, the way that he was set up. Alex was already moving, and that car didn't even go up you'd probably say it hadn't even moved 2 feet yet.
No, I started moving almost immediately.
Yeah, so
I was just enough to keep it from falling farther into the tree. That was about it.
Yeah, so we would have had to like counter anchor onto a tree behind us, and then it would have got a lot more technical. But other than that, though, it went really well. I'm sure she is very happy that. And shout out, like I said, we won't name the tow truck company because of maybe we don't want to get anyone in trouble just in case. But shout out to Shannon, because he came out there and the tow truck company did it for free.
Yep.
And that's a big one, dude. People don't do that.
So. He did. He took our number because I guess he gets a lot of off-road recovery jobs that he just can't do. So.
Yeah. So we might be starting up an LLC here soon. Here, Botches Recovery Clinic.
Just enough that we can get insurance. That's all I care about. I don't want to make money off it. I just want to be able to hold insurance that if something goes wrong and we get sued, we have something to fall on.
Yeah. And so that was the other big thing, too, because once in the beginning when he told us that, when the lady told us that he was coming, we kind of hands-offed it for a second because we're like, okay, if he's going to do it, he's got insurance. Right. We're going to let him do his thing. And if he needs help, we can help him. Otherwise, we weren't there. You know what I mean? So, so with that one, that was one of those that you would be glad to have insurance for. That was because I shit you not, her driver's side door was in the tree. She was not open.
All caved in.
And I should have took pictures of that. I'll probably put some pictures up, and I'll send them into our group chat for just the show notes, the chapter art. Maybe we'll throw a couple of chapters in here just for the pictures. But yeah, no, somehow her airbags didn't go off. Maybe her airbags didn't work. It was a shitty Acadia. But honestly, her car, Equinox, yeah, sure.
Same thing.
So, I mean, but her glass didn't break. She didn't have airbags go off. She must have not been moving very fast at all and just kind of slid, which was her saving grace, because I think if she was going 15, 20 mile an hour, it would have been a lot worse. She would have been down there at the bottom of the creek. And then at that point, that might have been easier for us to recover her, but she probably wouldn't be driving it the next day. And as we saw it, as shit boxes go, you could probably drive that the next day. I don't know.
Yeah, it definitely could have been driven again. I mean, it would have made a lot of noise.
What was that? What's the pillar? Was it the B pillar or whatever? The one that the door's on?
Yeah, it was the B pillar that was crushed.
Yeah, that was crushed in pretty good. So there was definitely a little gap from the driver's door getting closed, but it opened and closed. So, you might have a little ventilation issue going on, but
I will say I was impressed crawling under there. Usually those Equinoxes are pretty rotted out. That one was pretty clean.
Yeah. Like I said, shout out to Alex for doing the dirty work. I did some filming, and because he is more experienced, I let him take lead on it because I didn't know exactly. Now, kind of as I was talking to them, I kind of got a better idea. My original idea was maybe just the wheels to help try to pull it out. They went for the control arms, which is a lot sturdier, obviously, which I knew too, but I just didn't know where else to hook it to other than that. So,
and even control arms, I hate hooking to control arms, but on like an Equinox like that, there's nothing to hook to.
Yeah, and that's the problem with those types of cars, city cars.
What we ended up using in the back, because that's the worst spot's the back. There's nothing to hook to. Shannon had this strap that he had made that had a hook to hook onto points on the frame. And then he hooked that, ran it to the back, and then I hooked the winch to that.
Yeah.
So that worked really well.
Yep. And then, of course, when I went to help pull out, I did hook up to the wheel, just to help kind of slide it out, because the way that he was pulling it, it just would have kept kind of pushing down into the ditch. So we needed to have a way to get it out onto the road and have a force to keep it from sliding down. So honestly, it worked really well for the three of us being there. That was best case scenario. I'm sure he'll have a nice little story to tell too when he talks to his other drivers. So I'm sure we'll be getting some calls in the middle of the night now.
Yeah, that'll be our luck.
And that's why I got a hold of, I had Alex take the number, because my phone's usually on silent most of the time. Maybe I'll have to start putting the ringer on now just for Alex, but we're going to get calls in the middle of the night. I would say that if I'm getting up at 3 a.m. to pull someone out of a small ditch, then yeah, gas money would be nice. It was nice that we did it free for the old lady. We didn't even go and talk to her after. So we left the tow truck driver. We told him she was only 100 yards down the road to her house. So, which was really nice for him too, because he doesn't have to drive it anywhere, just up the road a little. And turns out he turned around in her driveway anyway, so it was perfect. So we left him to go drop it off and take care of it. And which, a matter of fact, while I'm talking here, I'm going to message the daughter just in case and let her know that we.
I already messaged her.
Oh, did you? Good.
Mm-hmm.
Sweet. So that was our little fun for the night. And then on our way, and then I had some weird clicking going on, and I don't know what that was, but it was kind of scary because I've never had that click before. But I was pulling a heavy car in 4 low.
Heavy-ish.
Heavy. Anything you're pulling up a hill like that, I feel like is heavier. So that's like the second time that I've done something pretty heavy like that. And I'm just like, after that, of course, I'm looking for sounds. It's like the last thing you want is like your diff to go or like snap a CV or something, which I wouldn't have snapped a CV. I would have broke loose before that, but it just one of those things. And then, we were good. We took off, said goodbye to Shannon. He was, like I said, he was probably the coolest truck driver I've ever met. Cool dude. And
I
then,
mean, my cousin's a tow truck driver, and he's a pretty cool tow truck driver. So
yeah, coolest tow truck driver I've ever met. And so he told us, hey, if you guys need any help, give me a call. That's a good card to bank. We might
Yep.
need that someday, especially with our shit boxes. There might be a day where we're just like, hey, can you flat tow us 5 miles home? So yeah, that was really cool of him. We got out of there, started driving home, and we're team flashing everyone who's flashing us. We got like a Bronco or something that flashed me, and I couldn't get it fast enough, so Alex gives him the sun, and
Yeah.
we did that a little bit, and then there was an oncoming car. What was that again? That oncoming car.
I don't even know. Maybe an
I don't know
Encore.
either. Yeah, but it was driving, and it got about window to window with me oncoming. It got, that amount of distance from me, and all of a sudden I hear a smack, and I'm like, motherfucker.
And this thing, from where I was at, I just watched this thing take flight. Like, it went a good 2 to 3 feet in the air.
Yeah. So I radio back at Alex. I'm like, what the fuck was that, dude? It sounded like he just hit me, but he didn't hit me. And Alex goes, dude, I think he just hit a fucking dead deer in the road because he just jumped that fucking cone.
There was, when I went by, like, that spot, there was this dead deer. It had been hit recently, but it wasn't like he had hit it, right?
Yeah.
Like, it was really dead, but he hit that head on and just took flight.
Oh, dude. Yeah.
Didn't even slow down. Kept going.
Oh. See, and that's what happened to me with my Subaru Baja. I jumped it just like that. And dude, that was scary. And then the cool thing with the Subaru is I had no actual damage. I just had hair all the way down my undercarriage. But he broke plastic for sure.
So
I could hear that.
I did that back when I had my little Buick Roadmaster wagon. We were driving in Big Rapids, and along Big Rapids, they've got like the shoulder's got a cement curb on it, right? And it goes down for each entrance. Well, it was middle of winter, and I thought that I was in the lane, but I'd ended up on that section where there were all those dips, and I hit one of those at like 40 miles an hour and put the whole Roadmaster up on 2 wheels.
Oh, yeah, fuck that. So
no damage.
Yeah.
Car was fine.
Yeah. Yeah, you get lucky sometimes. I got lucky with the Subaru, but I'm pretty sure that was one of the X's out of the 3 strikes that fucked my training cooler line, because I jumped that. I didn't have any battery straps holding down the battery. I'm assuming that's one of the things that did the nice kink in my trans-cooler line. And eventually, I started it up and it sprung a leak probably a couple months later, which was fine. I went to AutoZone, grabbed some hose, got a pipe saw, cut the training cooler line, threw the rubber hose on it, put 2 hose clamps on either side, threw the battery back on top, and I was good to go.
Yeah, that was a fun recovery, man.
That was fun. Like I said, a lot of the times we get called out, and by the time Botch's recovery responds and gets there, we have a quick response time. We do. You can hear, by the time we're done talking, our pants, you can hear our belts getting put on. Like, Alex calls me up and he's like, you want to go? And I'm like, fuck it, I ain't doing nothing else. Let's go. So
that time you called me at like 2 a.m, and we weren't even off the phone yet. You're like, so do you want to do this? And I'm like, dude, I'm already in the car.
Yeah. Yeah. And then we ended up meeting at the wrong spot. Like, I thought he used the old name for Leppinks.
Yeah,
What
plums.
was it?
Plums.
And I thought he meant jeans. So I'm sitting at jeans waiting for him. He's sitting at Leppinks waiting for me. And then I call him and tell him, like, hey, she canceled. And he goes, well, where the fuck were you? And he's like, I've been here. He goes, no, you weren't. And I'm like, the fuck? And then we finally sorted that out like a day later.
That was funny.
Like, well, you didn't even fucking show up. And I'm like, I was here. I've been here, motherfucker. I've been here like 15 minutes.
And I'm like, I've been here, motherfucker.
Yeah, we had a coordination issue there, but hey, we responded. That's all that matters. So
we got
good though.
We got things figured out now. We don't screw that up.
Most of the time, it's in White Cloud. I don't know what White Cloud's issue is, But most of the time, everything's a White Cloud.
Meth.
Yeah, meth. So now we just meet at Lepping's, which I don't know why we ever do, because every time we go to meet at Lepping's, by the time we both get into town, we're both hitting the light at about the same time. We always call an audible and go to Westco because we need to fill up. So,
Dude, every time.
I don't know why we just don't meet at Westco.
Well, we'll make Westco the new default then.
Yeah, that's our default meetup for Botch's recovery. So, yeah, we might have to start a business up here. I have a feeling it's only going to get more busy.
I'm not really looking to like make money off this. I just want to have insurance in case something happens.
Yeah, I mean, and depending on how bad insurance is, it would be nice to have all of us on it anyway. But like, I guess, with my situation too, a little bit of extra money to pay for recovery equipment, that would be about all I would want.
Oh,
pay for gas, pay for recovery equipment. So whatever people want to pay us is what I'm usually going to be cool with. Like,
and even I wouldn't even be too worried about. I wouldn't be too worried about gas, even just enough to pay for the insurance and some equipment. I'm happy.
Yeah, the only thing for me is gas is what gets me out there.
Right.
So if they're like, hey, we'll pay your gas, I'm like, good, because that's all I literally have, and that's for something else. So usually that's when I'm okay with someone paying for it. So, but yeah, no, it was good. I felt really good about helping the old lady. I'm glad that we could all get it done. So yeah, that was pretty cool. I think looking back on that now, Alex, things that you wish we had for that recovery that we didn't. What do you think?
I wish we had different not necessarily fair leads, but different hooks on our winches. I gotta change that stupid whatever 555 fab or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
I gotta change that thing. It was like the go-to 3 years ago, and they're annoying as hell.
Yeah.
Basically the problem is I have to use a D-ring for almost anything.
Right.
And that really limits what I can and can't do.
I'd rather get a small soft shackle through there, can you?
Yeah, and I'm technically not supposed to because it's not set up for a soft shackle.
Yeah, I know.
I just did because I forgot my D-ring.
Right. Yeah, and I had a couple, but they're probably frozen on there. And for my end, actually my end is really nice for just about everything else, but I don't really ever use my winch in snow. And we just got done with like a major melt and then refreeze. So everything was frozen, including my line across that was, it's kind of just looped onto the fair lead, but it was frozen onto it. And it was so frozen that we couldn't even get it off by, with hand. We only tried for like 2 minutes max. And then we were like, fuck it. Let's move on to something else. So
I do think if I kept my heat gun in the truck, that probably would have helped a lot. Because then we could just hit it real quick and off it would go.
Yeah. I think knowing what I know now, I have those D-rings in the front. Maybe I just take my winch line, pull it out about 6 whatever inches I need to make a small droop to get to the D-ring. And in the winter, I just hang it from the D-ring. So I have that little bit extra there. Because if I need to, me and Alex, we're going to try, obviously, to do the recoveries together. It's always better 2 versus 1. So if the case that it freezes like that, I could just hook up to him and back up with the winch on free spool. And we'll get that bitch unfrozen. But
yeah, synthetic line is really great. I don't like it in the winter.
Yeah, I mean, it is. It's when you get all the water soaked into the fibers and everything freezes together like an ice block. Yeah, that could be tough. I guess that's why they want them a little bit more weatherproofed and covered, right? But
yeah,
I don't cover mine. So
mine is even worse than yours.
Actually, mine is a lot more covered than yours. Yeah, because it's a hidden winch bumper. So I do have a lot more protection around it. So I guess I do have that going for it, but it still gets moisture and water up in it.
Whereas mine just
following cars.
Mine just hangs off the front of the truck.
Yeah. And I gave you a cover for that too.
Yeah, I broke it.
What the fuck?
Yeah, it didn't last very long.
Damn it.
I had someone else give me a cover too, and I had the same problem. They just, once it gets cold out, they crack.
Yeah.
And then fall apart. And it's like, what's the point in having a cover if I can't even keep it on the truck without it breaking when I need it?
Right. So, other than that, recovery equipment wise, it's made me realize that like I didn't have blocks of tackle, which just would have been nice to have. We didn't need it for this one. Uh, I know Shannon used it on his just to help with the angle,
Mm.
but it would have been nice for us to have. We could have hooked to a tree across the road and positioned our vehicles in maybe a little bit better advantageous position, and that might have been the better idea.
Once you get doing
Maybe.
it over that amount of distance, that gets to be too complicated.
Oh, I mean, I agree. I just mean as far as like the amount of weight that was pulling our cars, that would have
Yeah.
helped with that, I imagine. But and then we could have anchored our cars together together on the other end if we really wanted to. But yeah, I mean, block and tackle in general, that would have been nice to have just for any other recoveries. If we find something that's more complicated than this, it would be good to have to help get different angles for recovery. But and then the other thing was which we didn't need, but a tree saver. I've been thinking about it for a long time that I need one, and I know I do. I have like a 30-foot 4-inch strap, but I don't have any like tree savers. So I already have some in my cart. I'm just gonna order some next time I get money.
Don't get some through like
some Crawler off road or something.
I would say get some from Crawler. Don't. We need to try and start getting away from these cheaper companies like Mioli. MST guys, don't come at me. Mioli is kind of a junk product. I'm sorry. They've worked great for us so far. Their lines just they don't handle UV very well, and we don't know what's in them. Whereas Crawler, I can tell you where they're made and what's in them.
Yeah. So I mean, I haven't, like I said, like he said already, I haven't had any issues with Mioli. So I can't really say that it's a bad product per se. There are just better products out there.
And it just
it's not the worst. It's just not the best either.
Exactly. And one of the things I would have a hard time, all my Mioli stuff was given to me. I have a hard time with cheap recovery gear because that can get dangerous really fast.
Yeah. There you go. Tree saver, $30.
Yeah, the one from Crawler, the 3x8 foot.
Yep.
Yeah, Crawler's got good stuff, man. I've got nothing bad to say about it.
Versa Shackle 716 by 32 for $64.99. That's a lot, actually. Is that a tree saver shackle or is that just a? No, that's just a long soft shackle. My lord.
Yep, that is a very long soft shackle.
Yeah, 32 inches.
Is that the only soft shackle they've got?
I'm looking. Oh, they have a soft shackle area.
It's only got one in it. I swear they had other ones. They must be like low on stock or something.
See what they got under recovery gear kits. Wow, what did I recovery gear kits? Nothing.
Yeah, they're low on quality, low on stock right now.
Sue me. Yeah, I think I will. I'll look at some of their stuff too. Really got Gatekeeper off road, easy switch 3 function, LED pods. Yeah, blah blah. All right, so yeah, I mean, other than that, everything went well. I just want to wicked winch line, monster rigging.
If you go to Monster Rigging, they've actually got some smaller soft shackles.
Yeah, those are small.
Those are about the size of the ones we've got now.
Are they? They look smaller.
Yeah, 3/8 by 10 inch. It's about the same.
And they are made from plasma rope, which is the highest strength synthetic rope available. Stronger and safer than steel shackles. Yep. And which one is this? What size are these? You can choose your size.
Yeah.
$40 for a 3/8 by 10 inch though. Holy moly.
That's good quality.
Yeah. I mean, I can't say that I disagree. I'm just saying, holy fuck.
Like, it sucks, but
You're gonna pay for quality, you know. We don't want to be back in a situation where shit's breaking on us.
Yeah. So those it's $60 for a 5/16 by 10. So yeah, it's an investment, that's for sure. And that's what I'm saying is that like it would be nice to have the money to pay for more of this. So like a 3/8 would do the equivalent to what my Mioli one is supposedly does. The
Yep.
3/8 by 10, which is 43,500. And with the recoveries that we do, I would just be more comfortable with a larger one like that. Might not be needed, but I just would be more comfortable with using a soft shackle with that much of a break on it. So
Yeah, for me, it's just I want something safe. I don't want to be limping along, hoping not to die every time we use something.
yeah, I mean, I don't think I don't mistrust Muley like that. I just they do fade quite quickly. Um, I mean, my kinetic rope from Muley's great, but you know, it's just one of those where like it's an MST thing. Like they're cool, um, but you know, we in the future we might want to get our own partnership, maybe per se.
Yeah.
We might want to work with someone else, and if we can get with a Michigan-based company, which Crawler Off Road is, I believe, right? You're looking
Yeah,
right
they're out
now.
of Highland.
Yeah, so if we can get with one of those, obviously we'd prefer that. So, um, yeah. So, what do you think? Anything else?
Oh no, I think we killed it. It's not quite an hour, but I'll roll with it.
Yeah, I mean, other than what we already spoke of, the tree saver, which we need to get, um, and some really nice quality or not shackles, but um, pulleys, whatever, block and tackle. Um, Anything else that would help us? You know what? Orange cones, some kind of roadblock. Because while we had really nice flashers, everybody liked our flashers. The sheriff,
That was
tow truck
funny.
driver. We had what company makes that? Lightning, Masting, Shine
Oh,
panels,
Mick tuning.
Mick tunings. Yeah, see, it was something ting. Something Chinese. But those are really good switch panels. We've had no issues with them. We programmed them to have our chaser lights and some of our auxiliary lights flash for caution. Because there was a hill pretty close to us, so oncoming cars, from what the owner was telling us, tend to fly down that hill. So we had those on so everybody could see us, and that worked out really well. But some cones to create a safe distance would be really nice too. Maybe we could find some collapsible ones or something. I'd like some that don't take up much or any space really, or like the triangles. Triangles would work too, like the emergency triangles. So that was good. We had plenty of lighting between our two trucks. That whole scene was lit like it was fucking daytime. So we were good there. Our winches were good. We just have to make some adjustments for winter. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to make that small loop for mine just so I have something, and I'm gonna do that before we do our poker run in January. That way we have that all set up and ready because I have a feeling someone's gonna need to get winched.
What?
Someone.
Say why are you looking at me through the camera, man?
Yeah, because I'm gonna make sure you remember your fucking GPS this time, and you're gonna lead.
Well,
Because last time I led.
that's because I wasn't even in my truck and I had nowhere to even put a GPS.
Yeah, so this time he's gonna be in his truck, and he's gonna have the GPS. Which honestly, we know the course pretty decently already. We did it a couple months back. So we're already pretty familiar with how to get to everything, which is even better. I might say that gives us a leg up as far as time goes, as long as nothing happens.
Yeah, I do.
If
I do Everett
freeze
runs.
like this.
I do Everett runs pretty often, so.
Yeah. The freeze like this that just happened, I don't love that.
Yeah.
Because when that freezes over all those ice puddles, all those giant chunks of ice, the roads last year were slick as fuck. We were drifting around corners at times. So I'd love to do poker run in the winter on some fresh powder. That would be absolutely sick, but it doesn't look like we're going to get that.
Yeah, we don't get that lucky.
No, it does look like it's going to be a green winter from what Alex was saying, which means that by January, it'll probably fucking freeze up and we'll be on a sheet of glass again. So that's unfortunate. Thankfully, we probably won't be the first group to each of these unless we volunteer in the mornings, but I don't think we're going to because of how far we are away.
Yeah.
Because we're a little over an hour away and it already takes us a good bit of time to get up and get everyone ready, the kids. And I was thinking about volunteering, but the amount of time it takes to get Jasper ready, and if I do that, I have to do it with someone else. I don't want to go and do that whole thing alone. It'll take me more time to do it by the time the actual things start. So
Yeah, I have to work beforehand, so it's hard for me to get up there because it's already an early event.
yeah, what does it start at, like 11?
Yeah, something like that.
I haven't even looked. It's just like it's a couple weeks away. I'm more like tomorrow. Today's Saturday or Friday?
Today's still Friday.
Okay, tomorrow we have a Christmas party. Sunday we have a birthday party with my sister. So this weekend I don't even have time to do anything. So by then it's gonna be Christmas. And then after Christmas it's gonna be, who knows? Like we're gonna have all sorts of shit go down after the refreeze on Christmas.
Yeah,
It's gonna be rough.
Yeah, we can call it here. Sorry you guys didn't get a long episode. We everything's out of whack, man. This whole week has just been fucking hell. So
yeah, you'll probably hear the wrap episode first.
For sure.
That way you can know what our week was like. So our week's all been crazy. We've had some crazy stuff happen. Everyone's feeling it.
Probably get the wrap on Monday. This on Tuesday, the next wrap on Thursday.
Yeah. So it'll be good. So thanks everybody for joining Botch's recovery episode. As we get more weird recoveries like this, we'll update you. We'll do another. This could be a segment if they're crazy enough. So we'll keep it to 30 minutes though.
So catch you guys later.
Talk to you later.